Ladies and gentlemen, your next contest is singles action scheduled for one fall.
My baby.
Introducing first, from every woman's dream, weighing in at 235 pounds, he is the Velvet Steamroller, Jake Hughes.
Well, Clint, I can see you shaking a little bit over here. It's not a shake of fear. I know your nerves are torn up over this one. This is a man you know very well. We'll get to that more here in just a minute. It's the Velvet Steamroller, Jake Hughes, and this is going to be an exciting match.
It is going to be exciting. This kid is dynamic. He is dirty. He is smart. He is exceptionally strong. And I've been in there. I've taken the beating from him. This
and
kid knows what he's
introducing his
doing.
opponent. Making his way to the ring from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 245 pounds, he is the Revelation, Shane Marx.
I tell you, Jacob Hughes is young and energetic and strong, like I said, but he is going to have his hands full with Shane Marx.
Yeah, Shane Marx, a veteran of the rings that lives here in Georgia and throughout the Southeast. You know, the Revelation, he's not all show, he's show and go, I'm going to tell you right now.
And he is tough as nails.
Right now. This is one, you know, that when I saw this match was signed for Disruptor Pro 1, this is one that I knew that I was going to have my eyes glued to because these are two vastly different guys. Although there are some similarities, the styles are very different.
Very different. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Marx, the stronger, a little bit of a veteran over Jake Hughes, but Jake Hughes is dynamically athletic, and it is really going to see whoever can impose their will is the one that's going to come out on top in this matchup.
And right now you see both men just staring each other down. Center of the ring here is where they're going to meet just momentarily as Disruptor Pro rolls on. John the Body Johnson here with Clint Eller on the call this evening. Now the Velvet Steamroller, I mentioned as he was coming out of the ring, I noticed, you know, you clinched your chair a little tighter there. I noticed the expression on your face changed. This man right here is the reason why you are sitting next to me. Jake Hughes retired you just a couple of years ago.
About 2 years ago, yeah, we had a little feud. He decided to pick on the old man that he thought was in the ring, and he beat me. Now, I gave him everything I had. You know what's that saying? I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was.
Yes.
But I wasn't quite good enough. This kid is dynamic, and as much as I'd like to see Shane Marx beat the fire out of him and teach him some respect, I really want to see where this kid goes in this business. He is dynamic. He is a great athlete, and again, I think this match is going to be pivotal for him if he can somehow pull the win over Shane Marx.
No. Shane Marx, trained out of the PCW dojo in Atlanta, Georgia, has held championships all throughout Georgia and the Southeast, like I said. In fact, he has been in there with some of the best technical wrestlers in the country. Guys like Jay Lethal, Davey Richards, Kyle O'Reilly, a guy the Landmark Arena knows very well, Kyle Matthews, and even former NWA World Champion Adam Pearce. He's gone toe-to-toe with all these guys.
I think he's got wins in some of those matches. I mean, this guy not only been in the ring with him, this guy beats some of the best technical wrestlers in the Southeast often.
Yes. And Jake Hughes trained for his pro debut by the late Brad Armstrong of the Armstrong family. Longtime fans of wrestling, especially here in Georgia, know the name Armstrong, and they know what that means. So it's amazing to think that somebody that was trained by a guy like Brad Armstrong would have the arrogance and the attitude that Jake Hughes has.
You know, sometimes when you're young, that it takes a while to learn that respect. Not earn that respect, but learn that respect. And hopefully that lesson will come as Jake Hughes progresses in this profession.
Jake Hughes made his debut just a little over 5 years ago. And right now, neither man flinched off that shoulder tackle in the center of the ring. And you can take a look at Jake Hughes was brushing the dust off his shoulders. But while he was doing that, Shane Marks, the veteran that he is, 14 plus years, grabs the standing side headlock.
That's right. He took advantage of Jake Hughes' youth and used a little of that smarts to get where he was.
Right. And now Jake Hughes here working over the arm of Shane Marks. Fans, there's still a lot to come here on Disruptor Pro. Disruptor Pro number 1. Right there we see some more of the technical prowess of Shane Marks. I'm looking forward to seeing Slim J here later on this evening. A big name here, Mr. Landmark Arena himself.
That's right.
We also have Joey Ryan going up against the Coyote Tim Miller later on here this evening.
I'm excited to see that match. That is going to be fun.
Yeah.
That is going to be fun.
It's going to be a fun match. And then, of course, our big main event is going to be Logan Creed taking on Mr. Impact Wrestling Moose later on here this evening. But right now, great action going on in the ring.
That's right. I think Shane Marks has surprised Jake Hughes. For a big man, he is very quick. And I think Jake Hughes was not expecting that.
Yeah, and, you know, and sometimes that's the mark of inexperience. You know, the more experienced you become, and especially in this day and age, it used to be that a wrestler would have to obtain videotape of another wrestler. Nowadays, all you have to do is go to Google, go to YouTube, and you can find footage of just about any professional wrestler online and at your fingertips. You have to watch that to be a better student of the game.
You do. It's progressing every single day. New moves, new guys, guys changing the way they work because they know they're being watched by their opponents.
And right now, both these men trading forearms in the center of the ring. Shane Marks getting the better of it here, just hit multiple ones. Oh, but right there, back of the head.
Referee's giving him a little warning on that one.
Kind of surprised that Shane Marks would turn his back on Jacob Hughes there. And right now,
he is getting punished for that mistake right now.
Looked like he had the tape off, the wrist tape, and was just choking Shane Marks out. And right now, referee trying to get Jake Hughes down here. He'll have a 5 count to break. Fans, if you want to see action of Disruptor Pro, make sure you're following us on social media to hear when we're going to come to a town near you, and we're going to have more action from Disruptor Pro. You can find out also the places where you can see many of the stars that you're seeing at Disruptor Pro as they do their travels throughout the Southeast, throughout Georgia, throughout the country even. And right now, oh, look at the velocity that Jacob Hughes used to send Shane Marks into the turnpost.
Yeah, he used his entire weight to throw Shane Marks into that corner, and he is slowing the pace down and working on the big man now.
And right there you see him down. And sometimes that's what you got to do to a big guy like this, you know, especially that one that has the technical skills of a Shane Marks, is you slow it down just a little bit. You take it just a little bit, and right now going for a cover, and you want to hold him down.
That was a weak cover, man. Jake knows better than that. Shane Marks also, you know, his ring awareness, knowing that Jake didn't have him down real tight, kicked out.
Now, I've known you for 20-something years, and I've seen you in the ring. You know, I've been there with you. I've followed your career. We've been together many, many times. When you wrestled Jake Hughes and he retired you, what differences do you see now from what you see then?
That match in particular was very raw. You know, Jake and mine's family go way back. He was raised with us almost like one of us as a brother. Best friends with my nephew, spent his entire childhood hanging out at my house. And it was very raw and it was very real, a lot of very raw emotion there. He was very emotional and I was very emotional. He's definitely become more technical. He has slowed his game down. And he is definitely using his brain as a weapon as opposed to his heart as a weapon, which he was using when we were in the ring.
And right now, the man they call the Velvet Steamroller trying to steamroll all over Shane Marks here. But you can't count the 14-year veteran out like that. Like I said, he's been in the ring with some of the best technical wrestlers in the world. He's defeated some of the best technical wrestlers in the world. Jacob Hughes, not quite there yet. I mean, you know, he's honed his skills throughout the Southeast, but it's not as well traveled as his opponent here, but is having a great showing against Shane Marks nonetheless.
He's definitely in control now, but he's got to watch the emotion. He was giving Shane a chance to breathe, getting a little distracted. Shane Marks is getting worked up and telling him to come on, keep on, keep on.
Yeah, he hit him with that stiff right hand there, right to the jaw. And you can see that Shane Marks trying to get back up to his feet, always fighting, never giving up. You see Jake Hughes trying to shake that one off. Shots to the midsection.
Shane Marks is getting worked up. He's getting mad. The fans are getting behind him. That's the last thing you want. When the fans get behind you, it just gives you that something extra to pull off what you got to do or get out of that beating you're taking.
And both men went into each other. That was a hard hit. It took a lot out of both men, and now the referee's starting that mandatory standing 10 count.
Yeah, that was a big collision. We felt that over here, all the way over here at the booth.
Jake Hughes made his way to his feet first. That will break up the count. This match will continue.
But Jake Hughes is the first up, but he is none the worse for wear. I mean, he looks beat up already.
And you see right there, I mean, and now he's slowed it down a little bit too much. He's not getting any impact. That leg drop there, a lot of time between these moves. That's not going to win it. And pinning your man like there's not going to win a match like that either.
That's right. I think that's his downfall right now is he's got control, but he's just given Shane Marks just enough time to breathe. And if he's not careful, Shane Marks is going to catch his breath and beat this kid.
And right there you can see Shane Marks, maybe he's starting to get that second win. Those fists are not having the same effect they did just a few moments ago.
Looks like he's just made him mad.
And Jake Hughes turned his back again to Shane Marks and comes right back around. And these two men in the center of the ring. Multiple punches there by Shane Marks.
Boom.
Big clothesline.
Shane Marks is calling for it. He's setting him up. He's feeling the fans. The fans have gotten behind Shane. He's ready. This could be it. He is in control, and he is not going to waste any time right here.
Yeah, this crowd here at the Landmark Arena getting behind Shane Marks as he hits the opposite ropes and jumps up with that big clothesline, adding a little bit more oomph to it. And now Jake Hughes is down, maybe out.
Yeah, he is in control, and this is where Shane wants to be. You give Shane control of the match, and he will put you down for the 3 count.
Oh, wait a minute. Right there, had him up on the shoulders. Looked like he was going to go for a Death Valley driver there. Jake Hughes with that posing neck breaker there, reminiscent of the late, great Rick Rude.
Ooh.
Your winner of the match, the Velvet Steamroller, Jake Hughes.
Jake Hughes using a variation of the Rude Awakening neckbreaker gets the win over a very game Shane Marks. But nonetheless, it'll be Jake Hughes today with his hand held high, walking out of the Disruptor Pro of victory.
Yeah, Jake did what he had to do. I think he bent the rules a little bit, but he got the win. And when it comes down to it at the end of the day, the win is what they're here for.
Yeah, he had a fistful of face there. And now Shane Marks trying to get himself back up to his feet here. He got a face full of eyes. Fans, Disruptor Pro 1 continues. We'll have more action.
Feel they want me, and I pull the shades